this point, you've probably acquired a couple of media apps and identified what's going to work best for you. And you may have also identified how you want to access those media apps in terms of hardware, whether you're going to go with use your mobile device or acquire a separate device like a Roku or Apple TV in order to access some of these things. Or maybe you've just decided at this point you are going to just watch them off of your computer for the most part, which is perfectly fine. But no matter what your choice is, the other thing that you got to keep in mind when you decide to cut the cord from cable and start doing more dedicated stuff over the internet, like media streaming, particularly video, you have to consider your data options. So you've probably heard this term before, particularly with regards to cell phone plans. Anytime you are on the internet, anytime you are using an app on your phone, or even texting images and audio, that is using data, which is separate from your actual cell service to be able to place phone calls. So when you start using apps that are going to stream video and audio, or for gaming, although video takes up a lot more bandwidth and requires more data to begin with, then you're looking at eating into your allotted data plan quite a bit. You can have a data plan for about 2 gigabytes a month, or you can go up to 5, 10, sometimes more, depending on who your cell provider is. But either way, it's very easy to, once you get sucked into a really good series, it's very easy to go through whatever your allotted data plan is. And it won't necessarily shut off your data. It may slow it, or you're just going to get one big surprise at the end of the month when you get your bill. So if you're going to be using your mobile devices, whether it be at home or out in the world, you want to be very conscious of what you're doing on your data plan versus on your Wi-Fi. Phones come with the ability to switch over to Wi-Fi. So if you haven't set up Wi-Fi in your home to go with your internet plan, I would strongly suggest that you do that, and make sure that your phone and your tablet automatically connect to your house's Wi-Fi service, whoever you're getting that from. And then if you're out in the broader world, to the extent that you can and you're comfortable doing so, there's a lot of businesses that will open up their Wi-Fi connection for free to the public, and you can connect there in order to access video or just to be able to use your apps without eating into your cell phone's data plan. But so that's a little bit about doing this through mobile devices. When you're using your computer at home, and or if you've connected your mobile device to your internet service provider through Wi-Fi at home, or again, maybe you've gotten another, like a Roku or an Apple TV, and it is connected to your home's Wi-Fi service. Usually what you do is you're just like with your cell service, you're paying a monthly fee for a certain upload and download speed of data. So when you're watching videos and things like that, and playing games and streaming music, that gets to the download data portion. A lot of the times you might get something like the download number is higher, so it means that downloads will go faster. Uploads is when maybe you've created your own content and you're going to upload it to YouTube. Like this video right now that I'm recording it on my mobile device, and eventually, after I've done a little bit of editing, it's going to go up and I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and that number usually is a little bit lower in a package, but so you want to be more concerned with the higher number, with the download speed for your devices. So a lot of the times the basic package works just fine. Internet has really recognized that a lot of people are streaming more stuff, and so most of the times a lesser package can handle it. But things to look for is that if you notice that things are slow and your videos are buffering quite a bit. Buffering is just when they pause or kind of start to get a little jerky in their display. Maybe you don't get as great a picture quality at times, and other times they come through crystal clear. So that can all be a sign that perhaps you need to think about increasing your internet speed, which means that you would have to sign up for another level on your internet package. Or you need to look at prioritizing what and when you use on your Wi-Fi at any given time. So that way you can manage your media consumption within the limits of the Wi-Fi package or the internet package that you've chosen. Every device that you have connected to your Wi-Fi service is going to have a bit of a drain on that download signal. And then if a lot of those devices are active at any given point in time concurrently, they could potentially kind of choke that pipeline, because at some point you can only just get so much data through with all of those devices. And that's where you might again have to either decide to manage which device you're using when, or increase your plan for internet service in order to make sure that everything can work at optimal levels at any given time. So that's a discussion to have with, to look at the ways that you're going to plan on using your internet service and the different devices you've got connected via Wi-Fi, and have that discussion and set those priorities, particularly if you have a family and with mom, dad, and kids are all on different devices. You'll need to have a discussion about how that's going to be used, so that way you can manage your data, but you can also manage the costs of that data. So and this one is if there's any kids watching, this one is important, because if your parents start to kind of freak out about how much data you're using, that's why. Because there can be, especially on cell phones and mobile devices, if you reach that limit on data in the plan, then it can get quite expensive. And so be mindful and make sure that at the very least you've looked to see if you're on your house's Wi-Fi, or using Wi-Fi out in the public when possible and connecting, or just simply waiting until you can get home and using Wi-Fi to do your major media consumption, because it's not really something that you want to do a lot of on your cell phone's plan. So I hope this was helpful, and if you are thinking of cutting the cord and need some help sorting through, first of all, please look for my other 2 videos on this subject, and feel free to leave me a comment, or go to visual-clarity.com and send me an email, and I will try to respond if I can.